Hi everyone, my name is Sean. I am the Creative Services and Marketing Specialist here at Penn Highlands Community College. Again, have another sit down for you guys. We're excited to be able to take a few minutes of your time and highlight some awesome things happening in Cambria County and the Greater Johnstown area. Just so you know, the goal for this series that we're doing is to introduce you to some folks in the community who are making a difference, including different business people, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and others. And before we get started, just want to thank the Cambria Regional Chamber for their help in organizing and getting this set up. So we have Renee Daly with us here today. She is the Executive Director of the Cambria County Redevelopment Authority. Renee, she got her bachelor's in business management and marketing.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yes.
She worked for the city of Johnstown for more than 10 years, also with JAHA, and now with the Redevelopment Authority. I also know Renee from being a graduate of the Gunter Leadership Program, an awesome program that...
That's a great one.
Yeah, just encourage everybody to get
Yes.
involved with. It's awesome. So, Renee, before we get started, or as we get started, I guess, tell me a little bit about your story. How'd you get your start and kind of how'd you get to where you are today?
Yeah, well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me about this. With my background, I am originally from Hollidaysburg and moved to the Johnstown area 15 years ago when I got married. And my first job was at JAHA, the Johnstown Area Heritage Association, and I was the manager at their gift shops.
Okay.
So fell in love with the Johnstown area and the background, and obviously at the Heritage Center and at the Flood Museum, you're learning about the area and being thrown into everything of the
Fully
understanding.
immersed.
Yes, so instantly fell in love with this area, and obviously I wasn't raised very far from here, so was familiar enough with it. But after that job and getting immersed with all of the Johnstown area, just fell in love with the people and the outdoor activities and everything going on.
Sure.
So I was there for about 4 years, and then had an opportunity to apply for the position at the City of Johnstown as the Economic Development Specialist, which meant that I was able to help promote the farmers market, help apply for grants for businesses that were moving in or for those that were staying here and wanted facade improvements.
Sure.
Or to gain more jobs and to expand their commitments here in the Johnstown area. So that was specifically for the City of Johnstown, and applied for that position and was offered that. And the reason that I had applied for that position with the management and marketing background that I have from Penn State was that was my interest, was the marketing of the Johnstown area.
Very cool.
How I was going to use that, I wasn't sure. The City of Johnstown is obviously the local municipality, so how does that work with marketing? And typically there's not a connection with that. There's the city is not a marketing entity, so how are we going to do that? And my sale on that was that I was going to help market the availability of spaces and
Cool.
the options that we had for the businesses with the business loans and the facade improvements, and again the marketing, just the marketing itself of the farmers market, and trying to expand that as well. So it was a great fit, and I was in that position for 3 years, and then was moved into the economic development coordinator position, which allowed for a more expansive opportunity to work with the businesses through the business loans, and more grant opportunities that we had applied for, and just trying to promote the area some more. And then moved into the director's position, so was in that position for 6 years.
Okay.
So and that allowed me to run and oversee programs like the Community Development Block Grant and the home funding, which is specifically for improvements in the City of Johnstown with renovating homes and doing street improvements and renovations for businesses, just trying to work on different programs and projects that would help the public. So again, the background of the management and marketing side of it kind of fell into all of that and trying to just promote the City of Johnstown.
Sure.
And then the position was available after 40 years. The previous executive director at the Redevelopment Authority of Cambria County, he was going to retire, so the position was open, and I decided to apply for that because the background at the City of Johnstown with the Community Development Block Grant was also going to be utilized at the county, because we oversee community development block grant funds for the county, as well as for other municipalities, townships in the county. So it just lended well, and I've been there for almost 2 years now.
Awesome. Great. And what's some of the things that you get into now with your day-to-day work?
So we own properties. The Redevelopment Authority owns houses all throughout the county. So we are actually landlords in a lot of circumstances.
Okay.
So we're looking at selling those properties, though, to have owner-occupied structures.
Okay.
So they've been renovated. So we're going to sell those then to the people that are either renting them or other people that are interested. With the Community Development Block Grant CDBG funding that we have, we work with Cambria Township, Crescent Township, Adams Township, and Jackson Township in trying to provide them funding for projects that they would like to focus on. Typically it's street improvements, sewer upgrades, park improvements, handicap accessibility, ADA compliance, different projects like that they don't have to then utilize their general funds for. They would use it's called a direct entitlement. They are entitled to this funding every year, and then we have to we as the Redevelopment Authority actually administer those funds then for those four municipalities and the county. So the county itself is looking at, we help fund, we have portions of our funding that go towards the backpack project and the sewer program. We're working with the city of Johnstown and the Johnstown Redevelopment Authority with the sewer project in providing funding for people to be in compliance with that.
Very cool.
So some different projects going on.
I mean, essentially everything you're doing, it's awesome to hear, because everything you do is to make our community a better place.
Yes.
And that's something that even here at the college that we're just striving for. We want to help do our small part to make the community a better place, and you're doing your part. And it's awesome to see the rise from a business management or marketing background to now the executive director of the Redevelopment Authority.
Yes.
That's such a cool rise. And I guess a question based off of that, like any tips? Do you do anything? Is there anything that you could share with people, that maybe some principles or something that you're able to do that has helped you, move along and get to the position that you're in today?
We've always taken the stance or I have always taken the stance that you have your strengths, but you also have to be aware of your weaknesses. So find those partnerships of those weaknesses. I've always had that passion for the marketing side and just trying to promote, and I love working with people, and there are so many different entities out there that are working for one goal, and that is to make this region a better place. How do we help each other? How do we leverage each other's funding and dollars? The Johnstown Redevelopment Authority and the Cambria County Redevelopment Authority are partnering on so many different projects right now, and Melissa and I have weekly conversations on how can we help each other and how can we leverage additional dollars, and just even if it's a $500 project, all of a sudden that is working in each community that is just thriving with certain things that are going on. So it's definitely understand your weaknesses and try to find those partnerships with that, because there's so many out there right now that it's simple enough to find, or just reach out to a couple people and see how you can help. That's
great advice. Find the people that can help you and you can help them, and work together with them, and knowing your weaknesses, even for if you're a student, if you're coming up through and you're just kind of getting your feet wet a little bit, knowing your weaknesses and understanding them, and then also understanding your strengths and being able to work, with others and be able to do that. That's just great advice. It's awesome.
And I think too, with Gunter, you had mentioned that we had worked with each other at Gunter, just that room of 16 people that you could see immediately what everybody is trying to do, and you understood what they do in their daily lives, that each of us had an opportunity to reach out at one point or another and try to help out. And even if it's you're not what you're doing during your 8 hours of work, maybe there's something you could do to volunteer to help them, and after hours, or your family goes and cleans up a trail or something like that. That's
cool.
So
and with the college too, you talk about volunteering, and just being involved in different things. I know just recently we went downtown and planted mums, just in Central Park and some of the streets around
and people
downtown.
Notice.
Downtown Johnstown. It's just cool. That's just, a group of employees and students that came together to do something. And it's just that simple. You know what I mean? Like if you want to be involved and you want to help and you want to do things, just get involved and just do it.
Yes. Yep. Have that buy-in.
And it's cool because, I see, obviously you had the business management and marketing degree and then worked your way to where you are. And just here at the college, we have our business programs, and we have our communication programs, and we also have entrepreneurship program. And it's just neat because students can get a start there, and there's always a place to start, and they can get themselves, work their way into, an executive director position. You could work your way into owning a business. You could work your way into doing what you want to do. So, just for those of you listening too, if you're interested in any of those, we have all our programs listed on our website, pennhighlands.edu. You could go /programs or /business and check those out. But just talking about the community, what's some things that you see that's exciting you right now? Something that excites you in our community.
So I talked about it briefly with the partnerships that we have going on. I'm really excited to see what the next 5 years, even 10 years rolls out with working with the local businesses and some larger projects that are going to be coming in over the next year or so, with just bringing these partnerships together and working together and not against one another, and kind of holding hands walking down those streets and like you said, with the entrepreneurship degree, we're working with the local entrepreneurs and what they can provide and their thought process behind things. We get stuck kind of in our daily ruts of what we think would work and doesn't work, and you just get bogged down with it. And the entrepreneurs have a totally different mindset, and it's really refreshing to have that conversation. That just even meeting with local entrepreneurs and trying to figure out how we can help them. So it's very exciting to see the progress with that, really, and the outdoor activities that are going on, and the trail expansions, and there's a lot of really great things that are happening, and it's because there's buy-in from these people, and the students aren't graduating and leaving as much as they were. So it's really nice to see that investment. Yeah,
and we're encouraging. We're encouraging people to stick around and get your degree here and learn here, and then work here, and
Absolutely.
Then also you could play. You know what I mean? There's so much to play and so much to do and places to go. And I think it's cool that you're here too, because you're the Redevelopment Authority of Cambria County, Johnstown. So we have our Richland campus, we have our Central Park campus. You work in Evansburg, and we have a ton of students up in Evansburg that go to our Evansburg campus. You're born in Hollidaysburg, so we have our Blair Center now, and so you kind of you followed that trail for us, and I like that, and it worked really well for this. I just want to. I loved some of the things you said, and just being able to work with others, and then find your strengths, find your weaknesses, and just be you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's awesome. So I just want to thank you for being here today. Real quick before you go,
sure.
Wanted to hit you with some of these. All right, quick hitters. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ready for it?
I'm
all right,
ready.
Let's go. Favorite restaurant around town in our area?
Oh boy, that's a hard one. It all depends on what we're hungry for. I absolutely will do local owned mom and pops more so than the
Okay, you got one you like?
I love Asiago's. That's one of my favorites.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. You got a favorite meal up there?
And their donuts at the end of any meal is where it is.
Perfect. Love it. Any pets?
We have 2 cats, Ellie and Bella.
Okay.
Yes.
Ellie and Bella. Very nice. Favorite hobby around town? Favorite thing to get involved
We
with?
like to boat up at Glendale.
Okay.
Yeah, we go up there almost every weekend.
I know we have a couple people here at the college that is their every weekend activity.
We love it. Camping, boating, anything there.
Softball too, right?
Yeah, I play softball, play volleyball. Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of that around here, isn't it?
It's great.
It's awesome.
Yeah, Roxbury Park is amazing.
Sports
to go
are
to.
great. Just one of your passions, maybe something you're curious about.
Oh boy,
Loaded
my
question,
passions.
right?
Yeah, it is tough one. That's not an easy one. I have a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old at home, so anything that they're involved in, and just trying to be that parent that's involved with what they're doing, and my husband and I are running them around all the time, and it's just really great to see, and trying to make that community a strong one for them to be raised in.
Sure. Anything I should have asked, but maybe I didn't. Anything you can think of?
Just how there's we as economic development and regional agencies are always trying to figure out how we can help you as well. So, even as the students that are watching this and the faculty that are watching this, if there's anything we can ever do and help or assist or partner in, we're partnering right now, a potential partnership with a local college to bring in a bee aviary. So it's cool. It's there's so many different things out there that we can help with. It's not necessarily the where the structure is located, but how the students can get involved and buy into the community and have an investment into it.
Opportunities are limitless here. There's so many things. If you want to do it, there's people here to help you to do it.
Absolutely.
And just want to thank you for doing this real quick. Like I said, our programs with our business programs, go to our website and check them out. If you're interested in our Central Park downtown center, check that out online. And also Richland, Evansburg, and Blair. We're also in Huntington and Somerset. We're all over the place. But Renee, thanks for being here. And it was awesome chatting with you. So have a great day, guys.
Thank you, guys.